somebody who I know his intentions were real about helping their community, especially another black man. So I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to get up here and say anything negative about that man. I respect him. I'm glad he has a job. I'm glad he's back in the league. Anything like that.
I'm not going to take the high road that Malcolm Jenkins took. I'm going to take the low road that I love to drive on. Eric Reid's a clown, and this to me proves what a clown. I've said it from the word go. This is about branding and credit. If Colin Kaepernick wanted to lead this movement, he should have opened his mouth and raised his hand and said, I'm going to lead the movement. Instead, he's hidden and not spoken a word really other than tweets. And so he wasn't man enough for the job that Malcolm Jenkins stood up and volunteered for. And so that's the problem. If Eric Reid has a problem with somebody, have a problem with Colin Kaepernick, who wasn't man enough for this job. And it's always, in my view, has always been about credit and branding. Colin Kaepernick trademarked his image, and he's going to sell lampshades and shampoo and all that other stuff. He ain't about this life. He's never been about this life. And now they want to attack a man who stood up and took on the burden of something Kaepernick started but wasn't man enough for, and now Malcolm Jenkins is a sellout. Get out of here with that BS.
Yeah, a lot of that, bro. Disgusting that you even got to pick a side. Disgusting you even got to pick a team. But by the question, I will say I'm Team Malcolm Jenkins in this feud. One, I think Eric Reid is working under some fallacy that there's ownership of a movement, of the cause. Like, I'm born in 1974. I grew up on hip-hop, and I grew up in a community that was talking about these same social injustice issues back then. Go listen to an NWA first album, 1987, 88.
They only had one song on there, but go ahead.
Listen, they're talking about these same things, and there's not this ownership of this. Eric Reid's acting like Malcolm Jenkins took something from him or took something from Kaepernick. Right. Grandma used to tell me they can't get what you don't give them. Yeah. And you know what? Did you give it up? Did you do what Jason Whitlock said? Just stay out the fray, and then all of a sudden someone else jumped in that situation. Very damning for those outsiders who are trying to look for true leadership in this cause, because this is the crabs in the bucket. Yeah, this is everybody's trying to take their ownership and property in something that's bigger than all of them, so they should be more inclusive than they are.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, but I'm not as strong. I just feel like he picked the wrong place and time to do it. I felt like if that's something he felt that strong about, he could have gotten contact with him before this game, and he didn't have to do it in that way to where, you know, everyone, you're sitting up here, like you said, you have to pick a side now.
Yeah, I agree. Emotional intelligence. I mean, if you have something to say to me, then call me on the phone or set up a meeting or this situation. That's not the place to do it. And I had heard, okay, the whole thing started when there's been rumors out there flying around. The whole thing started when Kaepernick took the knee, Eric was out there, that they wanted leadership. They wanted to be the guys at the front of it, okay? But they didn't want to spread it around, which to me is selfish, okay? Where's your true motive? Is it for you to be on the Wheaties box holding up the black fist, or what are you going for here? This stuff right here this is the people watching from the outside. I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. They're looking at this now going, here we go again. They can't get themselves together, and it just makes a joke and a spectacle. That's all you did, Eric Reid, was create another punchline for something, or for people to look at and go, look at this. This is why. This is why.
It was a publicity stunt. It was a publicity.
Shut his mouth. That's what he's got to do.
If you can go punch it into Google. Everybody already knew where Malcolm Jenkins, where Eric Reid was with Malcolm Jenkins. This has been discussed already. And so there have been private discussions and text messages and conversations behind the scenes. But Eric Reid had a chance with the cameras to have a little publicity stunt and draw some attention to himself and to Colin Kaepernick. And Colin Kaepernick's retweeting it out. And they all, these soul brother #1, they all for black people. And now Colin Kaepernick, he's jumped in. I'm with Team Eric Reid and all this other stuff. This is what Colin Kaepernick, I'm just sorry, I'm going to keep it this way. He would have never survived in my locker room. A coward. I'm just sorry. He's hiding behind Eric Reid now because he ain't man enough to come out and do what Malcolm Jenkins did. Malcolm Jenkins has stood on this and has taken the heat and negotiated something that has benefited NFL players and communities or whatever. How can you take a dump on this man because you weren't willing to step out here and stand on it the way I've been talking about it from day one? We keep comparing him to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali wasn't scared of nobody. And he certainly would have been running around hiding behind Twitter and his girlfriend.
Hey, look, emotional intelligence is a great way of terming this. In a moment where we should show alliance, we're being adversarial, which is very disturbing because maybe they're doing it two different ways, but you're trying to do the same thing.
Right.
So that's what I don't understand. In a world where we play in the ultimate team sport, that two players of that same sport can't understand that we are doing two different things, but we're trying to get to the same goal. Like the linemen don't have to do what the running backs have to do. And never there should be a beef, man, you stole my shine. You imagine a moment where that was the conflict in the locker room? Now let's take this out the locker room to our communities. And once again, we're seeing this, which is probably one of the things that's underlining the issue in the first place, is that in our communities we have this dissension. And then we now extract it to locker rooms where we have professionals and people who are supposed to be more intelligent with their position and platform. And you call me a sellout? Like, one, you calling me a sellout is almost complimentary. If you're going to say it in the terms of I took this action to monetize something to really bring back resources, and that's a sellout. But what are you going to go back with? Just rhetoric? I got to come back with something to help the people to feel value of their lives and their surroundings.
Something tangible.
Yeah. Why is that a sellout? That's just what's so crazy about it.
Well, I think it comes down to, like I said, emotional intelligence. So when I speak about Eric Reid, I'm not saying he's dumb. Yeah. I just think he just doesn't know any better because he doesn't understand that unity is what creates change, not division. In one, you guys are both wanting the same thing. Like you give the perfect example. We're on the same team. All you did was set it back now. That's why if you do have a gripe, there's nothing wrong with that. But go talk to him. Don't do it in front of the cameras. That just, the people on the other side of it are looking at that going, yes. That's all you did. That's all you did. Now they're saying yes.
Before we move on, I want to apologize for my lack of emotional intelligence. I want to be crystal clear here. Colin Kaepernick, not a coward. The way he's handled this situation has been cowardly, in my opinion. From the rip, I feel like the way he's handled this has been cowardly. I don't believe the man is a coward. I want to walk that back. I want to be emotionally intelligent and be fair. I just don't respect the way he and Eric Reid have handled this. I believe those actions have been cowardly. To the